Hey there, awesome learners. Welcome back to LearnEnglishPodcast.com. I'm Wasson, your friendly guide on this language adventure. Today we're diving into a huge obstacle for many students: overthinking. If you freeze before speaking, stick around. We're about to map out a fearless path together.
Lydia here, thrilled you pressed play. I meet hundreds of learners who tell me, I have the words, but my mind goes blank. In this episode, we'll prove you don't need perfect grammar to communicate. Instead, you'll gain practical tools, real examples, and confidence to start talking now.
So let's set the scene. You want to answer a simple question, but a parade of doubts marches across your brain. Are my tenses right? Will they laugh? Suddenly the moment passes. Our mantra today is no more thinking, just speaking. Lydia, why do students get stuck in that loop?
Great question, Wasson. The biggest trap is fear, specifically fear of making mistakes. Learners imagine red pens hovering over every syllable. They compare themselves to native speakers and forget that communication, not perfection, is the goal. That fear can glue their tongues to the roof of the mouth instantly.
Absolutely. The second trap is translation. Many listeners rewind each idea into their native language, rearrange the words, then press play in English. That mental editing room is slow and exhausting, like trying to text while walking on a tightrope. Translation time kills spontaneity and natural rhythm.
Let's add confidence to the list. Confidence is the fuel that powers speech. Without it, the engine stalls. When learners think, my accent sounds weird, or vocabulary too small, they take their foot off the gas. The truth is, accents tell a story, and vocabulary expands through usage.
Exactly. I like to show a quick stat. Researchers note native speakers utter an average of 15 ums per 5 minutes. Imperfection is literally normal. So let's summarize the blockers: fear of mistakes, constant translation, shaky confidence, and dread of judgment. Now, Lydia, how do we demolish them?
We start with mindset. Repeat after me wherever you are listening. Perfection is not the goal. Language is a bridge, not a museum piece. Think of kids riding bicycles, wobbly at first, then cruising because they keep pedaling. If you wait for flawless form, the wheels will never turn.
I love that visual. One of my Brazilian students had patchy grammar but sky-high courage. He networked, landed freelance gigs, and improved on the fly. People remembered his energy, not the occasional article mistake, proof that confidence often beats correctness in real-world communication.
Exactly, Wasson. Your accent is your unique audio passport, and errors are temporary stepping stones. With mindset set, we transition to actionable strategies listeners can use today. By the way, mid-episode reminder, you're tuned to LearnEnglishPodcast.com, the place where practice meets encouragement.
First tool in the toolbox: shadowing. Think of it as karaoke without lyrics on screen. Choose a short clip, maybe our previous episode, play 3 seconds, pause, and mimic intonation, stress, and rhythm immediately, like a verbal shadow. Don't analyze, just echo. Lydia, benefits?
Shadowing rewires your brain to process sound chunks instead of isolated words. It turbocharges pronunciation, pacing, and listening comprehension simultaneously. Plus, it eliminates the translate-then-speak cycle because you copy directly. Start with 15 seconds daily and gradually stretch. Record yourself to track crystal-clear progress.
Excellent. Let's hit strategy 2. Thinking in English. Learners always ask, how do I stop translating? Lydia, could you demonstrate with quick examples our audience can implement? Morning coffee, commuting, grocery shopping, all described mentally in English phrases and show how tiny internal sentences build speed.
Sure thing. Picture brushing your teeth. Silently say, "I'm brushing. The water feels cold." On the bus, the driver is cheerful, the seats are crowded. In the store, "I need ripe avocados." These micro-sentences tuck English into life's crevices, shrinking mental distance and boosting reflexive vocabulary recall.
Strategy 3 is self-talk. It sounds goofy, yet it's gold. Narrate what you're doing out loud or whisper, "I'm logging onto Zoom. I'm slicing tomatoes." The advantage? Zero judgment, total control. Mistakes become quick edits, not public embarrassment. Lydia, why does self-talk accelerate fluency?
Because you create immediate speaking reps without scheduling a partner. Cognitive scientists note articulation plus auditory feedback forms a feedback loop, reinforcing grammar pathways. Every repeated sentence smooths pronunciation muscles. Moreover, recording self-talk then answering your own questions, "Where did I place my keys?" simulates spontaneous conversation.
Fourth tip, keep sentences short and punchy, especially at first. Students attempt marathon sentences and run out of breath and verb agreement. Instead, break ideas like Lego bricks. "I studied, I felt proud." Later combine, "I studied hard, so I felt proud." Building blocks first, skyscrapers later.
And finally, commit to 5 daily speaking minutes. Set a timer, point your phone camera at yourself, and riff on any topic. Weather, dinner plans, yesterday's meme. Quantity beats duration. Consistency beats intensity. 5 minutes a day for 30 days equals 2.5 hours of active practice.
Quick station break before our demo. You're watching LearnEnglishPodcast.com on YouTube, where we turn grammar anxiety into confident conversations. If you're finding value, hit that like so the algorithm spreads the language love. All right, Lydia, shall we model what overthinking sounds like versus free-flow chatting?
Let's do it. I'll play an overthinking learner first. You greet me naturally, and I'll showcase the inner panic many listeners know too well. Remember, listeners, feel free to mimic both roles later. Acting out extremes makes the difference unmistakable, plus it's hilarious.
Hey Lydia, how's your afternoon going? Imagine we've just met in a cafe near the office. The espresso machine is humming. Small talk should be easy, but I want our audience to hear how nerves trip the tongue. Ready when you are.
Yes, good. Wait, my afternoon is fine, but maybe not fine because, last night, I didn't sleep well. Grammar wrong. How to say, coffee was strong? Sorry, brain loading. I am embarrassing. Correct me, please. Oh dear.
Ouch. That felt painful to witness. Notice how panic hijacked vocabulary and grammar simultaneously. Every self-correction slowed the message, yet meaning still peeked through. Listeners, if that sounded familiar, don't worry. We're about to reboot the scene with confidence software installed.
Okay, round 2. Confident mode activated. Hey Wason, I'm great. Just a little tired because I binged a hilarious comedy last night and hit the pillow too late. That espresso smells life-saving. How about you? Any exciting projects brewing this afternoon? Looking forward to sharing tips with our listeners.
Big difference, right? Smooth flow, authentic emotion, and absolutely no panic about minor grammar. The message landed perfectly. That illustrates our core lesson. Clarity plus confidence beat flawless conjugation every day of the week. Listeners should replay both versions, notice breathing, pauses, and overall vibe.
Let's tackle fear head-on. When you catch yourself thinking, "What if I mess up?" Flip the script. What will I learn if I mess up? Mistakes are feedback, like GPS recalculating. Without wrong turns, there's no upgraded internal map. Each tiny error plants a correction seed for future conversations.
And if someone actually laughs, remember most chuckles come from surprise, not cruelty. Native speakers admire perseverance. I like the phrasal verb brush off. Example, she brushed off the joke and kept talking. Adopt that attitude. Shrug, smile, move on. Your courage is the real punchline.
Shy learners, start micro. Read a recipe aloud, leave a 10-second voice note to yourself, order coffee in English. Celebrate each victory. I often write mini badges in my journal. Spoke to barista, no translation. Positive tracking converts abstract progress into visible momentum.
Let's sprinkle vocabulary practice. Lydia, could you give an example question using the phrasal verb figure out, plus an answer so listeners hear it in context? I'll start. Can you figure out the Wi-Fi password? But maybe you have a richer scenario.
Sure. Question. How did the engineer figure out the software bug? Sample response. She figured it out by running several diagnostic tests and comparing the error logs. Notice how figure out replaces solve and fits both everyday tasks and technical ones. Versatile, conversational, and perfect for small talk bragging.
Great. We're cruising. And guess what? This is segment 31, smack in the middle of our planned conversation. Perfect time to remind viewers, you're watching LearnEnglishPodcast.com. If you're multitasking, glance back at the screen, drop a comment, and let us know which tip resonates most.
Now, let's weave these strategies into a daily habit loop. Cue, morning alarm. Routine, 2-minute shadowing while stretching. Reward, coffee. Cue, lunch break. Routine, self-talk, walk around the block. Reward, fresh air. Tiny loops compound into unstoppable fluency snowballs. Evening cue, toothbrush time. Think in English recap of the day.
Lydia, some viewers still worry their sentences sound robotic when short. How can they smoothly link blocks once comfortable? Could you model a basic connector like because or so in action? Real-life example would be great for practice, like turning I was tired, I slept early into one flowing idea.
Absolutely. Simple upgrade. I was tired, so I slept early. Another, I slept early because I was tired. Linking words act like bridges between sentence islands. Start with and, but, so, because. Practice aloud. Cause then effect, effect then cause. Soon your speech feels fluid, never robotic.
Let's quickly list our 5 power moves so far. Shadowing, thinking in English, self-talk, short sentences, 5-minute daily speaking. Listeners, jot them, stick them on your fridge. Consistency multiplies results. And remember the golden mindset. Perfection is not the goal. Communication is.
Time to move from listening to doing. After this video, we challenge you. Speak for 1 full minute about your day. Use your phone recorder, bathroom mirror, or pet dog as the audience. Don't script it, just flow. Then, if brave, post the audio in our community group.
Some learners hate hearing their own voice, Lydia. Could you explain why replaying recordings is crucial, even if cringy, and maybe share a question they should ask while listening back? Highlight specific features like pronunciation of th sounds or intonation.
Listening to yourself turns vague feelings into concrete data. Ask, can I understand every word without subtitles? Do my questions rise in pitch at the end? Is the voiced th in this clear, or does it drift to diz? Self-awareness precedes self-correction.
Viewers also request quick ways to stretch vocabulary while focusing on speaking. My favorite mini habit is the word-a-day sticky note on the laptop. Lydia, can you demonstrate using today's word spontaneous in 3 speaking-ready sentences and encourage listeners to repeat aloud?
Sure. 1. We took a spontaneous road trip after work. 2. Her spontaneous laughter made everyone relax. 3. Let's be spontaneous and choose the restaurant once we're downtown. Listeners, repeat each line. Clap the syllables. Spontaneous. Now drop it naturally into tonight's conversation with a friend.
Look at that. You just used a 4-syllable adjective confidently. Momentum is building. Keep stacking reps, and soon you'll describe ideas, feelings, even jokes without pausing to translate. Remember, practice is personality applied to skill. The more you speak, the more authentic your English personality emerges.
We're approaching the finish line. Before summarizing, let's embed the mantra one last time. No more thinking, just speaking. Stick that on your phone wallpaper. Let it challenge you every unlock. And yes, mistakes are mile markers of progress, not potholes.
Rapid-fire recap. 1. Shift mindset, perfection out, communication in. 2. Identify blockers, fear, translation, judgment. 3. Apply strategies, shadow, think in English, self-talk, short sentences, 5 minutes daily. 4. Record and review. 5. Celebrate wins. 6. Expand vocab with word a day. That's your blueprint to unstoppable fluency.
Next steps. Schedule tomorrow's 5-minute session right now. Calendar invite, sticky note, whatever works. Choose a YouTube clip for shadowing, pick tonight's word, and promise yourself to post your 1-minute challenge in the comments. Taking action today turns wishful thinking into measurable growth.
Before we sign off, smash that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an episode from LearnEnglishPodcast.com. Subscribing is free coaching delivered weekly. Your future fluent self will thank you. Plus, more subscribers help us create longer, richer lessons.
Thanks for learning with us today. Share this video with a friend who's still stuck in translation mode. Remember, your voice is a gift. Unwrap it daily. Until next time, keep practicing, keep smiling, and above all, keep speaking. Bye for now, and happy English adventures.
And hey, drop us a comment sharing your spontaneous sentence from earlier. Reading each other's attempts builds community and shows newcomers that everyone, from beginners to advanced, is on the same road, just at different mile markers. Community support crushes fear faster than studying solo.
Teaser for next week. We'll dissect small talk superpowers, how to start, extend, and gracefully end English conversations without awkward silence. If that sounds useful, make sure notifications are on. You won't want to miss our live role play full of practical openers and closers.
This is Wason, signing off from LearnEnglishPodcast.com. Remember, speak today, speak tomorrow, and soon English will feel like breathing. Keep the journey joyful, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Until then, stay curious, stay bold, and as always, keep those words rolling.
Bonus tip before we really close. Dedicate 1 minute a day to mouth gymnastics. Practice the minimal pear ship versus sheep in a mirror, exaggerating lip shape. Ask questions like, did I hear a short I or long I? Precision in vowels boosts intelligibility instantly.
And don't forget intonation. Record the question, "Are you coming?" 3 times. Friendly curiosity, urgent rush, doubtful surprise. Play them back. Notice melody changes. English is music. Notes matter. Master tone, and even simple words convey rich meaning. Try the same with statements to hear how pitch falls at the end.
For Q&A lovers, here's a conversation starter template. What's the most you've ever done? Fill blanks with adjectives and verbs. Funniest movie, challenging task, delicious meal. This flexible skeleton sparks stories and keeps exchanges lively without advanced grammar gymnastics.
Remember, language is a bridge to people and experiences. Every brave sentence widens that bridge plank by plank. So place today's plank, speak your minute, shadow that clip, embrace imperfection. We believe in you, and soon you'll believe in yourself. Fluency is simply accumulated courage.
We want to thank our growing global family, from Hanoi to Nairobi, São Paulo to Stockholm, for streaming, commenting, and challenging yourselves alongside us. Your stories inspire new episode ideas, so keep sharing them. Together, we're proving borders blur when voices connect.
All right, that is really a wrap. This was Wason, your co-pilot at learnenglishpodcast.com, reminding you, speak it, live it, love it. Have an amazing day and see you, or rather, hear you, in the next episode. Until then, keep that microphone metaphorically hot.